All right, guys, if you're new followers, we really appreciate you guys being on here. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm J.W. Davis. Behind the camera right this minute is Christian. Then we have AJ that rocks the camera some. Mom is over there in the office. Mike is out with an injury, unfortunately, physically going under surgery as we speak. We got Alvin in the back. We got Raymond on the transport. We got Dave and David across the street. And we got some other employees that are part-time. We won't bring them up till they qualify. But thanks, guys, for all the support. Thanks for everything you guys have done to get us to 360 some odd subscribers. And we know there's a lot of new ones that don't know. This is an almost 50-year in business background history. My father started this company. I kind of took it over slowly, little by little, until, we just totally changed from old school trucks and square bodies. Then we went through a van phase, and then we went back into a truck phase. And boy, did we go back into a phase. And now we're standing in front of what will become our newest location. This will be our home base for office, internet sales, and delivery. We have 2 stories, showroom, and lots of extra office space, so our guys will not be up on top of each other. And hopefully, we'll get some carpet put in there. Christian's against the carpet. So we're probably gonna get the floors epoxied actually very soon. So let me carry you next door and I'll show you that facility. So we are in Richmond, Virginia. We just walked next door. If you turn around, it's the building we were just at. This has been our office for the last 25 years. 10 more years before that, we were across the street in a little bitty shed that we turned into an office. And the one spot we won't make our way up to today, unfortunately, because we're running out of time, is the off-road shop. That's where you'll find my 2 brothers, Brian and Daniel, and Johnny. And we have a lot of long-term employees. Johnny's been with us for over 20 years. Mike's been with me on and off for over 20 years. When I say on and off, he did pursue a trucking, towing business for a little while, and he had his own business. He's mixed it up a little bit. He's been with me a long time. Mom retired from a corporate career. Came right into the office the next day. Christian's been with us for a while. AJ as well. And Alvin, a very long time. Faithful cleanup guy. So you guys, when you see your vehicles nice and clean, that's because of Alvin. But this is the car lot, what we call the office, and the main car lot. In the background is showroom number 1. Across the street is showroom number 2 and showroom number 3 and shop and overflow storage. Also where we're keeping some secret items in there. And behind us will become showroom 4 and office. Let's go across the road. Showroom 2 was our dream come true, building this to look like a adult Hot Wheels toy box. All glass in the front, 3 stories high with cars. This is the front section of what is a 100 by 100 building. And section 2 and section 3, we call it, or shop area 2 and storage area 3. We can't go in all the time because there are some secrets in there, some surprises for the channel. And if you do come in person though, I will allow you guys to see it. You just can't photograph it. So those that want to stop by traveling, sometimes we forget how many people travel the north-south corridor coming from the far north going down to Florida, especially during the winter when it's nice and frigid cold, like 20 degrees today. So if you guys want to stop by, we will show you some of those secret vehicles. Just can't photograph them, but we can tell you about them. Let's move to the next section. All right, inside of what we call our shop on this side, not the off-road shop, our shop over here. There's no telling what you will see. Right now you got a pretty gauntlet of everything. Tow truck in for some hydraulic repairs, Jeep in for some top issues that we're working out that another dealer did not do right. We're trying to make it right for a good customer. You'll see wheels, you'll see towing items galore, detail items because the detailer broke the vacuum, getting that fixed. We got dollies, and we got shelf after shelf after shelf full of product for our tow trucks and work trucks. We got a Hummer in that just arrived, getting tires, getting some of the door locks fixed, some other nook and cranny things, and of course a square body. So lots of stuff takes place in here. Dave and David, both 70-year-old gentlemen, one of them being my uncle, one of them being a long-term family friend, and a 40-year retired Ford employee working in the Ford shop. So he doesn't do as much Chevrolet work, he mainly works on the Ford. So that's inside this section. Section 3, which has about a 30-foot ceiling height. It has some goodies in there that I can't show you, some surprises for the channel. So we will go in there one day. If you do stop by, I'll let you go in there. But we got some stuff in there we can't unveil quite yet, but it's coming. All right, inside showroom number 3, not as tall, but almost as large, with a lot of internal space, and this has typically become our square body showroom. Lots of different square bodies. It's also where we put stuff in when it's waiting on shipping and other things to happen. So this was a dream to finish this off with the front glass. Made ourselves a little area here, waiting room for customers. And again, we do a lot of content in this building because there's no phones, there's very little interruptions. We can lock one door and have everybody in one spot, capturing everything. And this is where we'll also have some unveils in the future in this building, getting ready to insulate, decorate the background, get a little heat in here because it's cold. And Christian will love that because this is also where he does a lot of pictures when we have inclement weather. Showroom 1 was designed for that, but we real quickly outgrew that, and it's hard to capture pictures because of some of the poles and things in there. But while we're over here, I have to mention something I mentioned yesterday. So yesterday was my 6-year anniversary with my fiance, and unfortunately, due to the weather, restaurants were closed, and due to my mom having to ride home with me because she didn't want to drive, and we didn't want her to drive, we were able to just have some fun at the house, ride the sleighs, and do some stuff with the family, have a nice dinner, and enjoy some time with my mom, which was great. But I do have to give her a big thank you. Any of you guys are in business, and I know a lot of you guys follow that are fellow business owners and striving to be business owners. One of the hardest things it is having a significant other when you have that, because the hours that you have to work, the days away sometimes. You used to have to travel for work. I used to have to go to the auctions and do things, so I was gone for days on end sometimes. It's very fortunate to have one by your side that is as giving and forgiving as the one I have. So I have to really give her more than just a little shout out yesterday in the middle of that video, and I have to tell her I love her, and she is very special. She has helped a ton with the different designing of these buildings and afterthoughts and before thoughts, working hopefully to get some office area done over there, and I'll have a little area over there that the kids can play sometimes if I have to have them with me. And the after hours, running to pick up vehicles, dropping off vehicles, all of the things that it takes having a very supportive, dedicated better half. And when they say better half, that's usually the case. So again, if you think you'll run a business and not put in the hours and not have stressful home life, it's not going to happen. If not, you're not running a business, that's for sure. So thanks again to Tabitha, my fiance, future wife, and she has done a great job of supporting, taking care of the kids, doing the things that sometimes I can't get home to do, come up to meet for lunch every now and then, and a lot of other really special things. Has been a part of the growth since 100,000. She was in the video. We took the time. She helped decorate. She did everything. And here we are, what are we, 6 months later? Yeah. 6 months later, maybe 7 months, 360, almost 370,000 subscribers. All of you guys, it's immensely appreciated. Sometimes, again, even with that, answering comments, responding to customers, responding to emails. Those are things that are done after hours. There are things that are done when I wake up on the couch at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock after watching a movie and I'm dead asleep, you know, trying to respond, things like that. You got to have somebody that is supportive of you, and that is hugely crucial, and I'm very appreciative that I do have one of those. And I love her very much, so thanks for that. Now let's see the last section, and we'll wrap this up. All right, guys, now we're in showroom 1. We did this a little backwards, but as we were walking, Christian seemed to go to the right. I don't know. He doesn't drive NASCAR because they go to the left. But over in here is where we keep some of the more higher-end cars. This is sometimes where the exotics are. Right now, the most exotic thing is this 392 and some tractors. But this is where stuff ends up when we're taking photos sometimes, if we're getting them lightly cleaned, depending on the weather. My father's vehicle's in the background over there, stored up on the racks. That's actually a good bin pack rack. We've had no problems out of that one, other than when we installed it, we had to fix one thing. We've got our family Chevrolet Huckster that we recovered from a barn, and the whole family did it. We've got a cool picture and a whole cool video about that. We captured a little content, and we never published the video, so I got to go back and get that done. But we got some square bodies in here, square body, a Nova. The things in the background, those buggies, are the Orion model. They're the buggies. We also sell the Reapers. So this is actually the warmest building we have also. So Christian is very happy we're over in here. But this was our first building. This was the first thing we had actually other than a carport as far as being able to put vehicles inside. So we're very proud when we built this around 2020. So in the last 5 years, all this change has happened. But in 2020, we built this building. And unfortunately, as soon as we finished it, the first time we put things on the wall is when we had to actually have my father's reception after his funeral here. Due to COVID and spacing, we had to open the doors and have special people spaced out. It was an unfortunate time that we had to use this for that. But this building is great. It really serves a good purpose, and this may also eventually become where we do full-blown nut bolt final assembly restorations. That's how I kind of thought this building out. Every section has its own heat, has its own AC, has its own lights, has its own power. So this area could be a very clean work environment. You could build a freaking NHRA engine in here, you know, without having to worry about dust or dirt. Really, it is a nice, clean facility. So thanks, guys, for taking a little tour with us. We really appreciate it. Please make sure you click and subscribe and hit the bell so that way you get notifications when we update a video. We have a lot of cool stuff to come, a lot of new product to bring you guys, a lot of new stuff we're working on in the shop, some of the secret stuff, and we appreciate your support to the channel. Thanks, guys, as always.